What's going on, people? Welcome to another episode of The Take On with myself, Flex, Abby Summers and Anton Ferdinand, man. We are back in the house with another show for you guys. It's near the end of the season, thank God. Yeah. Anton got licks. I got licks.
I've had head licks.
You've been holding
four on
licks.
The bounce.
Four on the bounce. So
Four
we're a
the
bunch
bounce.
of losers right now, sitting in front of you. But stick with us because, you know, next season's next season. We're going to be back on the rise, you know what I mean? We're going to start with...
You win a league next season?
Oh, so was that to me?
Both of you?
No, we're not. You?
Okay. You win it by Christmas? Next
October.
You?
Okay.
October.
You can have a shout?
Transition.
Oh, calling it early. Transition. Okay, cool.
The whole history of the club.
Transition settings.
All right, Abigail.
Transition.
We're going to start, though. We're going to start with who has had the most disappointing season.
Don't look this way.
I think
Who's had the most...
I think you need to look at yourself.
Listen, let me say the candidates, please.
Okay, go on then.
Manchester United, coming off a third place, finished last season and a League Cup, currently 8th in the league, and they're on record to have the most defeats in a single Premier League season, which is 13.
Louder.
And we just lost 4-0.
13.
13. And we just lost 4-0 to Palace.
That's wild.
That's candidate number 1.
Wow.
Candidate number 2 is Tottenham Hotspur.
Big up, my boys.
Yeah.
Yes.
Top of the league after 10 games, and
Yes.
they're going to win it, according to Abby and many others. Missing out on Champions League.
It's not done yet.
Consecutive 4 losses in a row. Lost the decisive North London derby where you don't want them to do anything. And you've conceded 30 more goals than Arsenal.
Oh, so all our stats just compared to Arsenal.
Well, everything you do is to stop them. So, yeah.
Right.
You don't do anything for yourself. You do it for other clubs, remember?
Cool.
Hold on a minute. Did you hear what she said, though? When you said about missing out on the Europa Champions League, she went, it's not done yet.
Well, it's not done yet.
It's not done yet.
It's not done. 7 points behind. Got 3 games left.
What are you saying you're going to get in there?
I'm just saying it's not done. It's
With chest?
Anton, if
Camera
it's
4
not...
with chest?
Mathematically, it's not done.
Or is it West Ham United?
Yeah.
Coming off of a Europa Conference League win. Barely in the top 10 now.
Barely.
5-0 loss to Chelsea.
Poor.
6-0 loss to Arsenal.
Oh.
3-0 to Man United.
Wow.
5-0 to Fulham.
That's mad.
And parting ways with David Moyes.
That's some
Didn't we beat them teams
serious-
as well, though, this season?
Yeah,
Just
but
pointing out that we beat them teams as well.
you've
this
held
season.
5 to Chelsea.
Didn't we beat them at home?
I don't know.
We definitely beat you at home because you was there.
Yeah. And we beat you at Old Trafford. I was there.
And we beat Arsenal away.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Fulham, we got beat both games.
So, by process of elimination,
It has to be United.
we got to take out them. We got to take out them because the expectation on West Ham to...
They just won a trophy, didn't they? Biggest trophy in
Yeah,
Europe, wasn't it?
Hey,
Oh, no. I
The
thought-
fall-off's not that big. They've come from a
true,
really
they're-
big high with no one
yeah,
respects.
and also like in terms of
Listen.
like league possession, you've actually improved. Last year, weren't you like 16th or something?
no.
I think we need to fact check that.
Go on then, fact
Okay.
check it. All I know is...
Be right back.
All I know is...
Be right back.
Somebody who says that...
Oh, we're going to make this about Spurs, are we?
That Harry Kane... That Oliver Skip was better than Harry
It's a
Kane.
lie.
We can't,
Listen, camera
I can't
4,
listen to you.
I'm telling you, this is fake
I can't
news.
listen to you,
Fake
that.
propaganda. I never said that. I said what I said about Oliver Skip, that he was a young, upcoming talent. I said what I said. I never said it against Harry Kane. If you can find the receipt, I'll hold it, but you will never find that receipt. I'm checking the league from last year. Be right.
Right.
Okay.
So, it's not you then? You haven't had the most disappointing season.
It's
I think the fact that we got to the quarterfinals and we got beat, and it wasn't a disgraceful beating, by the way,
Yeah.
by probably the winners of the Europa League.
Yeah, let's be honest.
You know, let's have it right. You can't say we've had the most disappointing.
Not the worst. They
Not the
haven't.
worst.
They
You
haven't.
can't.
Let's not even spend
You
time.
can't. We've been
14th, sorry. 14th.
okay, but we've been in Europe in
Cool.
Europa League. Yeah, got to the quarterfinals, got beaten by the Bundesliga champions who have been unbeaten all season, who are probably going to go on to win the Europa League. By the way,
Proper invincibles, them, not like
they're a
Arsenal.
joke. Like,
Don't just draw games.
so to say that we've had the most disappointing season, it's a Yaya Sanogo for me.
He's right.
do that.
He's
You
right.
can't
He's
say
right.
that.
I'm not
Let's
calling
leave
for you.
that.
I'm calling for United.
It's Man United.
It's Man United.
No, but let's talk about them over there.
all right. Transitional season, was it not? Ange comes in. Harry Kane leaves day before season starts. That's your striker, your talisman.
Big
30 goal a season minimum guy.
That's what I'm saying.
You know, new squad, new players, lots of young players that haven't played in the Premier League before, gelling together. Had a great start under Ange. And I think, you know, if you run the tapes back from what I would have said my prediction for this season would have been, I think I said anywhere between 5th and 7th. I think I said that. So we're on track for what I said. Champions League, if we get it, we get it. As I've said on this show, this camera, and I've said on multiple other channels. If we get it, we get it. If not, Europa League is cool. That's fine with me. You know, it's a more competitive competition. And I feel like Spurs next season will be able to compete in that more than the Champions League for where we're at. Look, I have not been completely happy this season. There's moments that I'm not happy with in terms of the fact that we are conceding every time that we give a corner away or a set piece. I'm not happy about that. The first half of the season was great, really fluid, attacking, great football. Understood absolutely everything that Ange wants to do. The back end, I'm a bit more concerned, but I'm fine. I'm sticking with him.
Are you questioning Ange now? Because obviously, it seems like he hasn't got a plan B.
Yes.
So like, it's almost like he shocked everyone in the first part
with
of
the
season,
bravery,
with the bravery and playing a high line.
Did he shock you?
He shocked me.
Yeah.
He shocked me.
Now
Flex.
all of a sudden, people
Now we're shocking.
know how to play against.
But that's what I mean.
Start,
But that's what I'm saying. Like, look, this is his first season, and I've said I'm not going to judge him off that or make a call off it. If I'm sitting here, you know, the first or second international break in October, whatever, and we're still carrying on this poor vein of form that we've had since kind of March time. If we're still in that conceding 4 goals a game, then we have to talk about it. We have to have a conversation. But I'm more than fine to back him. He's going to have the summer. He has a plan of what he wants to do. I'm happy to be on board with that plan and let him implement it. I just think we need to see a more. I'm not asking him to compromise on his morals and beliefs and the way he wants to play. I just maybe need to see a bit more of tactical astuteness, flexibility, just know when to defend. But overall for the season, I think considering where Spurs were last year, which was 8th and just another terrible season, new manager, you know, just I'm fine. I think that, you know, I would probably give this season, if I'm being honest, probably a 6.5, 7, and that's because if we hadn't have had such a good start to the season, maybe it would be higher. But I think if it was flipped round, like the second half of the season was as good as the first, then it would probably be higher. But I think that based on his first season, I think he's done a decent enough job.
It's not Spurs.
It's not Spurs. I think you've made a great argument as to why it isn't Spurs. And this is why I had to ask you, because I didn't want to just go, it's Man United.
Yeah.
People need to understand why it isn't Spurs and why it isn't West Ham.
Yes.
And why now we're going to talk about
why it's 100%.
And it's not Chelsea because it's not Chelsea because they spent $1 billion and still
but Chelsea are on track to finish above you.
Might not though.
But they're on track to finish above you. Their worst season.
But Joey ain't in there. Where's Joey? He's not in there.
Actually, it's not their worst season.
But Flex is in there.
Some of them want Pochettino out and stuff like that. But it's Man United.
Last season you won a trophy. You finished top 4. You know, we need to discuss what
you thought you were going to challenge this year for the league.
No, I didn't think we were challenging.
Okay, but like you probably thought you'd cement that top 4 place this year. No, you didn't.
And that just shows you why it's us.
Yeah. Okay. The floor is yours.
You know, the manager's probably going to leave. It's Man United without a doubt. Actually, and Chelsea have spent a lot of time being laughed at this season for occupying pretty much page 2 the whole time. So it probably was going to end up being
page
them.
2.
But when it comes down to it, Man United are on course. You're right to be finishing 8th. Worst lowest position ever.
Wow.
Most goals conceded, most defeats, breaking records galore. Yes, there's been injuries, but it doesn't legislate for this level of drop-off, in my opinion.
Wow.
And in terms of where you think that Man United should have kicked on to after a really good season under Eric Ten Hag in the first season, nobody, including pundits and rival fans, would have envisaged this level of drop-off. So it is Man United, especially with how the season is rounding up now.
Did you think that you had a good transfer window in the summer?
Like I was mixed.
But after seeing it, did you think, okay, that should be enough to keep us top 4, maybe 5th?
Yeah, I didn't see this drop off. There were bits of it where I thought, I'm going to back that, the Mason Mount thing. But I don't know how it's going to work, but I'm interested to see. But then he got injured for the whole thing. But even at the start, it was like, how's that going to work? Rasmus Højlund, you always knew, was a young kid, scored 9 goals last year. You know,
but it's a big risk. That
he should never have cost that money. So you knew he was never just going to come and be the saviour. So I never expected that.
What I will say about him, though, what I will say about him is, if he had the service, because his movement, I've watched him live, his movement, I said it to you when you came to Olympic Stadium, his movement is a joke. Like, but he don't get the ball at the right times, man. It's ridiculous.
He doesn't, but also he still isn't good enough to lead the line for Man United. Like at this age, at this stage of his career.
How much you pay for him?
Like 70 million, something like that.
You're paying 70 million for someone who ain't good enough to lead your line.
That's what I'm saying. So again, sins of the past.
But
all of these things.
It's not on him why Manchester United.
It's not on him.
It's not on him.
Absolutely.
And I think there's enough talent there that we've seen throughout this season to know that he's a good player.
100%.
Like that's just going to take time.
It's just going to take time.
But to put that weight on him with that price tag, it's mad.
It just shouldn't have happened.
Mad.
So, and a lot of senior players, as we know, have been well off
below par,
way below par. And then it all changed when Sir Jim Ratcliffe and INEOS came into the club, because now a new era has begun. Whether you like it or not, say, oh, you're always in the rebuild, you're always into this. Well, no one in the history since the Glazers have been here have had this much say.
Yeah.
They've never relinquished this much power before.
Do you know what I like? Is that since INEOS has come in, they're building foundations.
Straight away.
It's the foundation.
They've ripped it all up.
Yeah,
as you say.
That's what I mean.
They're building the foundations, which I think for Man Utd as a football club is very, very good, because the infrastructure that was there before clearly didn't work, and this is why you was always in a continuous rebuild.
Yeah.
We know that when you're rebuilding something, if the infrastructure isn't right, the rebuild will never be what you think is going to be. You need to have infrastructure. You need to have stuff put in place so people can flourish, you know, and I just think there's been too many quick fixes at Man United, but now that the foundations are being fixed, I think you're going to have the ability to uphold a very good squad once
and that's
it's
the
formed.
hope. Like the thing is, we can't do this as United fans and say like INEOS are here now, so everything's going to be fixed. But it's the start. It's the start of undoing the mess, and that's all you can ask for. But what I will say, like on the manager, obviously we got licks off Crystal Palace 4-0 in a disgraceful performance. Just ridiculous. What my thing is you look at Oliver Glasner, yeah? He's been in there for a couple of months after, or however long it is after Roy Hodgson, yeah? Roy Hodgson stunk the joint out, yeah? Big up Roy.
Yeah.
But it was so, yeah, big up Roy. Big up Roy, yeah? But it was one of them where they had nothing.
Yeah.
Like it was awful. So you tell me how a man can go in there. Nathaniel Klein. Probably shouldn't, big up if he's watching. Yeah, probably shouldn't even be up there. Like that just shows like levels. Balling up and down on the right hand side.
Will Hughes running your midfield.
William
They're playing in a good environment.
Adam Wharton.
This is what I'm saying.
Big up Adam Wharton.
Yeah, Mateta couldn't hit a barn door before. Yeah, everyone cussing him. Yeah, before, like just not very good. Let's just be honest. Yeah, being respectful, but that's just the truth. Yeah. Because the managers come in and there's an identity. The players know what they got to do. If you don't have the right tools, it's your job as a manager to get by with what you've got.
Yeah.
Not break all the records possible for all the wrong reasons. For me, it's not rocket science. I don't have a UEFA A license. I'm not a professional coach. I've not played the game professional level. But I tell you something now, at grassroots level, amateur level, I know, even as an average football fan, yeah, when the going gets tough, and you're up against it, and you're getting run through every single game, you can just say, I tell you what, let's abandon that. You go and press here, you go and press. I tell you what, we ain't got the ball. Wingers, I tell you what, get back in here.
Yeah.
Get a little bit closer. Yeah, Bruno, don't go running
Let's go compact. Let's become compact.
Let's be a bit more difficult to play through. That is basics of football.
Yeah.
Have you seen the clip, Flex, from kickoff?
Yeah, what Jamie Carragher did.
Yeah.
100%.
That there is everything you need to know.
But then here's the thing now, where I'm at as well, and you really want to know if I'm off the fence. I'm having this thing with United fans now, where, again, it's all about opinions. Everyone's got so many different opinions. The immediate pushback when you do this is, Ten Hag already said, like, the players are not listening to him. He's not asking them to do that. Last time I checked, if you're the manager of any institution, any company, any franchise, any sports team, one of the ticks you need in your column is, do people follow your lead?
Yeah.
100%.
Do people take in your instructions?
For sure.
Can you inspire others? And when that doesn't transpire, unfortunately, it's the harsh, but if the player vote goes against you and they don't buy into what you're doing, it goes across in your column.
And this is what I was saying about, and I don't want to talk about Jadon Sancho, but this is what I was saying when I was referencing Jadon Sancho about the way he's dealt with him. is it's bigger than what he's doing to Jadon Sancho.
Yeah.
The squad, I remember I always said it, the squad didn't look at him sideways on the way that he's dealing with Jadon Sancho.
Mm-hmm.
And if they don't respect what he's doing to Jadon Sancho, they're not going to respect him. And I think, and my opinion, we are seeing that. If Man United fans are saying, oh, they're not listening to the manager, I wonder why.
Well, also,
And those players also need to go as well. But do you
Yeah,
think
I'm not
that-
for
if
sure.
you're saying Eric,
I'm not saying
you just want these players to stay.
I'm not saying it's
They
the
need to
right
go.
thing. I'm not saying it's the right
but
thing.
the bottom line is, if they're not listening to the manager, they're not playing for the manager. And you can
course.
see they're not doing any of that. So then what's the point of him being there? Because you're not going to move
course.
forward. You've got a stalemate at that
Of
point. You've got
course.
players that don't want to play for him, which they've done with other managers, and I fully understand that.
But I don't even think they've down tools, Tabs. You know that? I actually.
What, that you just think they're just not good enough?
I think they're not good enough, and I think what Eric Ten Hag's trying to make them do isn't the right thing. So when
So
we're seeing
what system would you
So like this-
want to see this team play in?
Well, the system, his philosophy is like building up with like a 3-1-6. You know, you've got 3 players across the back that will cover that width for
Mm-hmm.
the whole thing. Then you've got 6 players occupying like the top end of the pitch to help pen in this, that, and the other.
Hold on a
But I'm
minute.
saying that's leaving us so open, and the way the players are carrying out his philosophy. And he sat there with Gary Neville and said, when Gary Neville said, with all these injuries, did you think about maybe going a bit more defensive? He said with his own chest, I thought about that and we decided against that. So that tells me that, again, you're taking a risk. Now, the risk will either be fair play to him, he's still stuck to his principles, etc. My biggest problem is that if we were losing games, because I could see every single game in, game out, where players are, it's a repetition, it's a routine, I'm seeing the same thing over and over again, but then it gets to player A, he's just not good enough. It gets to player B, he's just not good enough. Or
Yeah.
it gets to player C, all right, when he leaves and gets someone better, he can carry out that. I'm not seeing that.
Okay.
What I'm seeing is throwing the players out in the same manner,
Expecting different results.
expecting different results. And that, for me, injuries or no injuries, when I saw Eddie Howe went through the middle of the season, had no one. He came to Old Trafford in the Carabao Cup with Dummett and Emil Kraft, them kind of man.
Love
Matt
it.
Ritchie.
Slap.
And they won us. They won 3-0.
Yeah.
So don't tell me, like, you can find a way if your style is consistent when you don't have the right players there. So that's what I have seen more of from the middle to the end of the season, where I'm like, nah, that's not that.
If I'm you though, if I'm Man United, do you know what? I'm forget just Elise. I'm going trying to get Elise
And
Eze.
Eze.
And Eze
Yeah, but
together.
Cold.
I mean, it
If there's
depends
any
what they
club
want
that
to
can do it, if there's any club that can do it, it's yours.
Yeah. Before we move on from Man United, we've got to talk about the Arsenal game coming up.
Listen, all I need from you is just
Nope.
get
Should've
something.
done it yourself.
I agree. I felt on those fixtures
done it.
it was on
You've
us,
seen us.
and we didn't do it. We couldn't get ourselves into a position to do that.
All I know is.
But you must.
Can't.
You must.
We can't do it.
All I know is, yeah.
You must.
I think
Just
that
a draw. Something.
Can't.
I think if there's ever a game that United could turn up for, it's this one
Like,
because of the history.
Your fans.
Because of this, it's like
Everything.
it is like
It's all on you.
You know when you done the whole camera for
Yeah, the
with
Liverpool
chess
one,
Liverpool.
I knew that one. I don't. This
Why
one I
did?
don't know.
Why did you know that?
Because that's Liverpool's.
They were on for the league as well at that
Because
point.
Liverpool's actually Man United's like actual rival. Like that's our main. It's Man United Liverpool. That is it. Yeah. The Arsenal thing and getting up for that. It's not the same.
But
It's
do
not the
you
same.
like
especially in the shape we're in now?
all? To be fair, if Casemiro plays centre back again,
Oh, if he's finished.
Can't play.
It's-
That's what
it's a
I'm saying.
problem. So
that's
You
it.
can't. If we play like that,
So what can you do? Because let's say.
Can't do nothing,
So
Abby.
have you got any centre backs?
as it stands, Johnny Evans did complete the 90 minutes, but he failed that fitness test. Fair play to him, by the way, for even completing 90 minutes. Got roasted in that, but it's not his fault. Shouldn't even have been there. Shouldn't even have been there. But as it stands, at the time of recording, we only have Johnny Evans.
Can you call up Tom Huddleston?
No.
Okay.
So
yes, you can.
Can he? No, because he's supposed to have to be registered, isn't it?
Register.
Okay,
I don't
Just
think-
register him
I
now.
don't think.
No,
he
you got to
actually
be
can.
registered in the Premier League.
In the Premier League, yeah. So.
I'm just trying to find loopholes here.
No, listen.
Exactly.
we
Because I can't have you play Arsenal
What I
with
would say,
Casemiro
though,
as
just
your
to
centre
flip
back.
it a little bit,
Yeah.
just put it on Arsenal a little bit.
Yeah, the pressure's on
If
them.
Joel's beloved Arsenal don't beat this Man United team,
They don't deserve
you got
to win
no
the league. They don't deserve to win
business
the league.
talking about
Leagues.
the league.
Absolutely.
Because this is
he's so busy chatting back there, he's not even heard you
This is
call
the
him out.
worst Man United team there's ever been in the Premier League.
Joel the Troll, did you hear that?
Did you hear that?
Yeah,
You're just busy
I'm
yapping.
just saying, yeah, shame on you and your beloved Arsenal if you do not beat this Man United team. You are going for the title. I don't want to hear this time that but our record is bad there. It is Old Trafford and stuff.
Chess.
You are you're not little old Arsenal just happy to be at the top. No, you are Arsenal, who are the best team in the league along with Man City, wiping the floor. So I'm just saying. So what I'm saying is, there is you should not walk away from Old Trafford with anything less than 3 points.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
First of all, you have bigger problems to worry about. Don't be worried about.
No, it's
Arsenal.
our next game. This is my biggest problem right now.
You got bigger. It's not
the next game.
It's the take on. You got bigger problems to worry
It's in the
about.
rundown. Says it right here.
Why
And secondly,
Says it right here. You know what I'm saying? Hang on.
go on. Put it to the screen there.
Man United will host. What sort of performance do you expect? Man United will host Arsenal on Sunday.
It was it.
Mate,
And
this is right here, mate.
secondly,
It's in the rundown, mate.
And secondly,
Yeah.
I think you're right. And I've said it already myself. If we don't beat you, and I'm not talking about draw, if we don't beat you, we don't deserve to be champions.
Absolutely.
What's the score?
Well, wait, can we get you to come here?
No.
Why will you?
You've got
come
4
here?
straight losses, Abby. I'm not sitting next to you. I'm not doing it.
You can, what do you
No,
mean?
no,
We're all losers on this
Win
side.
a game.
We're all losers.
Win a game.
Joe, can I tell you something? Can I tell you something, Joe?
What
Can I
are you
tell
laughing at?
Can I tell
Win
you
a game.
Joe,
Yeah, you.
if Man United, let me tell you this now, bro.
If they beat you.
If we
Please.
if we draw, if we just derail your thing, with how crap we are, but if we win, you don't want to see
Are you
me.
worried? You look a bit worried.
Joe, I'm telling you now.
Do you know why I'm not worried?
It can't
Why?
happen.
Because that Man United performance I saw during the week has to be the worst performance that I've ever seen from a Manchester United team my whole life.
Oh, there's been worse.
No, from what I remember, I don't think. Do you know what? Do you know what was bad?
year.
No, but do you know what? It was different because first of all, you were playing Liverpool, who there's a rivalry there, and it's a respected team. That result.
we lost
Wait.
4-0.
That
To
result that
Brentford.
you just got, but you didn't try. You see, that was the first time that I just thought you have no answers. No answers. Your bench, a bunch of 16, 17-year-olds.
And it's not going to be too dissimilar at Old Trafford as well.
And on top of that, even when you look at Elise's first goal, why was he that far up the pitch? I think Elise was surprised he had the space he did.
I know Nana as well, bro, by the way. Let's get on to him.
And Arnold,
Them two Elise shots shouldn't even go in.
He had no answer.
David Hay will save them now. He ain't got a club. He'll save them now.
So
That second one looked like a worldie.
with what you're
right by his
saying,
hand.
we've got a
could've headed
preview
it.
that we've done with Robbie as well and Rio and Steve. It got really spicy, by
Yeah, I
the
heard
way.
about
Keep
that,
watching. But yeah, you're 100% right. We have to win.
If you don't, Joel.
I'll be there on camera 4
Joel?
next to Abby
100%.
saying I'm wrong.
And I'm talking about even a
What?
draw.
Wow.
What?
Wow.
I think we shouldn't even
Even
be
a
drawing.
draw.
Should
Like,
be drawing.
I'm talking
If you
anything
draw-
less.
You have to
That's
win.
basically a
drawing.
loss.
No, if
Should be
you
drawing.
draw or lose this game,
It's an L.
camera 4.
Camera 4?
Camera 4.
Fair play.
Okay.
Next to Abby.
Yeah.
Right here.
That's fair enough.
Right
Fair
here.
enough.
Listen,
FWV.
That's the
you have
But
never needed
you got
to
bigger
win a
problems
game
to worry
more.
about.
What?
Oh, we know that. But this is the next game.
You
so,
you must.
We can't.
I need Joel
No,
to
you-
sit
you
here
should have
next
done it
week.
yourself, mate. We
I
can't
don't
do it.
rely on Tottenham for anything, okay, other than failure, please.
As long as you said it. As long as you say that.
By the way.
Listen, I'm just here
They'll beat them, John.
I'm just here for vibes.
They'll beat them.
I know why you want us to beat Burnley. You want us to get a little bit of confidence before Tuesday. I know your narrative FC, okay. Listen, I want to see Vicario in the 10, Son in goal.
They'll run around like it's like one of the last home games. The crowd will be up. It'll be
I-
so
I-
Spurs to
yeah.
do something
I
against
think,
City.
but I think both of you are going to drop points, and City will still win the league.
Oh wow, okay.
I do.
Plot twist.
I think there's still plot twists in this.
City
So you think
can't.
they'll drop points against Man United? I don't think you think they'll drop points at home to Everton on last day, do you?
I think it could be a draw. Man United.
Oh,
At
that one,
home?
Man United one.
It could be a draw.
Man United one.
Man United.
Oh.
I think it could be a draw.
It's not. Do you know what? In a way, I will say this though, because I
It's
do have
not
to
a million
remember I
miles
still
away,
support
I
them.
do.
I will say this: any time, especially this season, where I've gone, we're gonna get
Please.
8-0 or something. We do have a weird way at Old Trafford. Somehow, I don't know how. Like in Liverpool, even that Liverpool game, in the league, they were 1-0 up at half time. They gave if you give us something, like if you give Bruno a chance or give Mainu, as long as you don't make no mistakes, you'll be all right. But
Can I just say?
Still Old Trafford, mate.
Joel
Still
the
Old
Troll
Trafford.
looks worried behind the camera?
I think doesn't he?
He does look a bit.
does
He looks a bit
worried.
standoffish.
Yeah,
don't look
you're a bit
confident.
you're a bit quiet
don't.
today.
They don't.
Joe, what's the score going to be?
I agree with what you said. I think where you should be let down, and I'm hoping you will be, is your defence.
Absolutely.
I think that's what we got to target. We got to be pulling players out of their positions.
Which will happen.
Because if we don't, then what you're saying is a possibility. Am I the only person that says it? No. Lee Judge said the same thing.
There's a chance. There's always a chance.
There's a chance
Absolutely.
because of the size of the game it is, and we saw what you did against Liverpool twice.
We can do that. If you give us a little opening on the counter.
But I think defensively, you're so poor that if we do not take advantage, then...
And just by stats alone, we keep company with Burnley and Sheffield United. Again, we've the second highest shots we face. Like, we will give you at least 17 chances.
Yeah.
Minimum. That's factually
mental.
correct. And so that ain't just going to change on Sunday, is it? So them are going to have a field day. Field day.
I know. But listen, I believe in you. I really do believe in you.
I hope so.
Are you hoping that they do the job on Arsenal as well?
Yeah, of course. I'm an op. I'm whoever's there against. I was a massive Bournemouth fan last weekend. Massive Bournemouth fan.
Yeah, let's move on though.
Stressing me out.
To finish off on West Ham, your club. Big changes coming. David Moyes and the club basically have announced that he will part ways at the end of the season. I don't think it's been officially announced that it's Julian Lopetegui yet, has it? But it's all suggesting that it is. But we do know that it's not going to be David Moyes. We've like joked and stuff all year round. When's it time? This, that, and that. And some other West Ham fans, a lot of them have been angry and it's time, Moyes this. And, you know, sometimes we push back and say, what more do you want? I know you've always said he should go on his own accord. A, do you think that's happened? And B, is it the right time?
I think the fact that he's going to get the last game, people knowing that he's not going to be in charge next year, I think is fantastic. I think us as a fan base need to give him his just rewards and give him the best send-off possible and show our appreciation for what he has done for this football club, because it has been magnificent. When we look back at David Moyes and we look at it and we go back to when he first came back to West Ham gave him a chance because and I have to say this based on the fact that he went to Sociedad, that didn't do well. He'd been at Sunderland, relegated. So he wasn't.
It was a big chance.
It wasn't a big chance, big risk. Not big risk because they got him in knowing that he could consolidate. But was we ever thinking that he would achieve what we've achieved, what he has achieved? No. But West Ham deserve credit because they put him back in a place where he deserves to be as a manager in English football, where he's respected and people know that he can do a good job. Whereas before he came back to West Ham, that wasn't the case.
Yeah.
Whereas now we're looking at a manager who deserves to be known as someone who's won a trophy because of what he's done in the game as a manager. And listen, he will be back in football. There's no doubt in the Premier League at some point with a team who everyone before would say are a team that might get relegated. I think his stock's risen now. I think it'll be a club who's fighting for Europe. Will be his next thing. But when you say about a manager, when you think they've got to a place where they've taken a team as far as they possibly can, do I personally think that is the case? Yes, I do. I think he's taken West Ham as far as he can. Was it time for a change? Yes, it was. You know, and I think with the managers that the manager that potentially might be coming in, so you don't manage Real Madrid and Spain if you ain't got a bit about you. That's a fact. But then again, we have had Pellegrini, and it didn't work out. But some of the clips that I've seen of this guy, and I've always said, and I've always made it known, when I played, the best managers for me were people that knew me as a person, people that are personable. And you see a couple of the clips, and you see him there's one with Adama Traore, where he's actually taken in, like, interest in how is he feeling, what's up with him. And that for me, I looked at that and I was like, wow, I'd want to play for someone like that.
Yeah.
You know, so is there a lot to look forward to? 100%. Is it going to be a case of other fans saying we told you so, don't wish for something, and it don't, and then when it comes, you're wishing you had David Moyes back? Could that happen? 100% it can. But we're West Ham, we never do things the easy way, and I'm looking forward to something new. but also sit with gratitude on what David Moyes has done for me as a fan and us as a football club.
That's very nice. Everything you just said, actually, it was really nice. But obviously, like from a stability point of view, no, that was actually genuine. That was genuine.
Never sure with Abigail.
Wow. It's the truth. But from a stability point of view, this is where West Ham fans, okay, you're getting what you asked for. Moyes out, going to go off into the sunset. New manager. It might be transitional, and that stability might change.
Yeah, it could do. And listen, however that goes, we have to deal with it, and I will say this again and again and again. The West Ham way gets misinterpreted for me personally on the basis of the West Ham way that a lot of people think it is like ticky-tacky, ball on the floor. That was yesteryear. That was like Bobby Moore, Jeff Hurst, when there was only 2 teams who passed the ball on the floor, which was Liverpool and West Ham at that time. The West Ham way that I know is aggressive, working man's club.
Get stuck in
people's faces. When David Moyes had us playing that way, no one complained about the football. They're the facts. Yeah? The new manager coming in, he may have to play football, but what would be more important is that the players understand what it takes to play for this football club and play in front of these fans, which is to be in people's faces, be aggressive, be honest and hard-working, and play second.
Is that what you think that's going to be the evolution of West Ham? You think that's what Lopetegui is going to do?
I don't know. I've not seen the way he works. I'm not qualified to sit here and say it because I've not seen what he's done. Pre-season will be a good indication, but not just that. I think as you have your standards as a football club, we have ours. And I remember sitting down with the real star boy, Kudos, yeah? I remember sitting down with him when he first signed, and I said, listen, what can the West Ham fans expect of you? And he looked me dead in the eye and went, I'm here to excite people and get people off their seats, which he has done. But I said to him, but you do understand that at this football club you have to work hard first, play second. And he said, yeah, it's not a problem. He understood, and this is why he's getting the rewards and getting the plaudits that he's getting.
And probably the big move to a bigger club.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It will be nowhere near you then.
Might be. It's always a step up though. Hold on one
it's
sec.
Not a step
Many
up.
a West Ham
It's
player
not a
has
step
left and stepped up to
It's
Tottenham.
not a step
Have they
up.
not?
No more. It's not a step up anymore.
Oh, what?
No way is it?
Wow.
No
Cool.
way.
All right.
What you're going there for your cabinet to be dry? No, there's nothing in the cabinet.
You just could never shake that one off. It's always just
Nothing in the cabinet.
One day when we win something, okay,
One day.
in my whether I'm 70, whenever, I'll be here on camera 4.
Can I just say, that's never going to happen. But what I want to say before we finish, Jadon Sancho going to the final, yeah, it's the same. I think it's the same. We've got to look at Eric Dier, who was in the same boat at Tottenham. Now potentially could be going to if he does, it'll be the same type of thing.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, it'll be the same type of thing.
You have so much to say on that Sancho thing. And he got man of the match.
But also Eric Dier had been at us for 9 years and no one wanted him anymore.
That's what I'm saying.
You paid how much you paid for Jadon Sancho?
No,
Look
Abby.
at him, just dropping bombs.
That's a good. Why have I not thought of that?
Also, how are you talking about?
He's not good enough for Spurs.
Eric Dier, but you're talking about Harry Kane. If you're talking about
he's not good enough for Spurs. Discarded and he's not good enough for Ange. But you're shipping goals at every single set piece, every single game.
We still shipped goals when Eric Dier was there.
Potentially, could be like Jadon Sancho could be up until last night, but everyone was still saying say sorry already. So should Big Ange say sorry to Eric Dier? Should you Spurs fans say sorry?
Absolutely not.
Why not?
Because it's unbelievable, firstly, that he moved up in terms of going to...
But Sancho's moved up.
There. Yeah, he has.
Right.
But
apparently.
It's unbelievable he's done that.
Yeah.
Obviously, when speaking to Bayern fans, they've said that that's such a dig, that he's been unreal, which is
so
great for him.
So why can't it be unreal for you?
Because they're playing a different way to how we are.
Is Romero being unreal for you?
No, not a minute.
But Eric Dier's being unreal. You might get Champions League.
I wouldn't say
Eric Dier be good alongside Van de Ven.
No, not at all.
Why not?
Okay.
But he's unreal for. He's playing at a high level though. He's playing at a high level.
Okay, but he can't play a high line. Okay, cool. Anyway, right, move on.
Can Sancho play a pressing game?
Well, the
difference. So why is he perfect for Man United then?
Sancho showed unbelievable defensive nous yesterday up
tracking
against
back. dribbles.
playing against Mbappe
And you
on
got
that
Ryan
side.
Koeman, that's what happens.
But hold
Well,
on
there
a
we go.
minute.
Good for
What
Eric
I wanted
Dier.
to say is
We should be
before
focusing on Harry Kane
before I
here.
drop that bomb, what I wanted to say is, did you watch the him
Singing Adele.
singing Adele?
Yeah.
Do you think that was a sly dig at Ten Hag?
No, I think he's just enjoying his life.
What, because of the
He's just enjoying
song
football.
choice?
Yeah.
No.
What's the song go? How does the song go again?
I can't remember what Adele song it was.
What Adele song
Someone
is it?
Like You.
Yeah.
Was it?
Someone-
I don't think that's a dig
Nah.
at Ten
I wish
Hag.
nothing but the best. Didn't Ten Hag say that to
I
him?
don't think that's a dig.
He's just living his life,
I
bro.
think
he's
we're
just,
reaching.
He's just back in his element.
I'm just asking a question.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Ten Hag said, "I wish nothing but the best," and my man's now in the final, standing on the table saying, "I wish nothing but the best."
But they,
If he
they
is,
both
it's
wish that.
funny.
Man United
Funny.
want the peace for their player.
Free
Jadon
Sancho.
Sancho wants to go back to his comfort
Free
zone.
him,
He's
yes.
the main man, and that's what he is.
Free him.
Oh,
Go
that's
back
what
to
he
his
is. He's
comfort
doing
zone.
well.
Comfort zone is being in a Champions League final.
Yeah, exactly.
Bigger than United,
That's
then,
what I'm
isn't it?
saying. So
Same for Eric Dier.
that's what I'm saying.
He's not in the final yet.
All the players, all the,
He's in
what
the
I'm saying
semi-final.
is this lazy narrative of if you get to, this is my point. If you get to a Champions League final, it means you're better off at X club
Yeah.
or Y club.
It's a
no,
la- it's a
it means
lazy
you just went to a
narrative.
team that's having a good run
Yeah.
and you're in the Champions League final. That doesn't mean anything else other than that. As we've just seen,
your environment's giving you the ability to perform.
Well, correct. Well,
Absolutely.
Inter just gave Onana the ability to perform, and he played amazing in the.
So
top
United's
final.
the problem then.
And then you come to United.
Then United's the problem.
And you've got
then.
flappy hands.
It's
United's the
just,
problem then.
it's just
Your
such a
club's the problem
ridiculous
then, huh?
statement. It's
I'm
a
not saying it's
ridiculous
not.
statement.
It's a problem.
But
Massive.
what I'm saying is make it be because Jadon Sancho was just playing well, not just because he got to a Champions League final.
Not 100%.
That's what I'm
He's
saying.
playing well whilst getting there. Just like Eric Dier is. Playing
Right.
exceptional whilst getting there. If he does tonight. And if he does, the group chat's popping up. Yeah, Abby, what are you saying?
The group chat never stops.
So what are you
the
saying?
Group chat never stops. What do you want from me?
Eric Dier would have been
Cool.
your best centre back this year.
No, and you know that's not true. He played this year as well.
Did he?
Yeah.
Right, these guys are going to keep fighting. We're going to wrap up right there. Let us know what you're thinking about the takes today. There's a lot of takes, man. There's a lot of takes.
Lots.
And I'm just letting you guys know now. I don't think it's going to happen. But if Man United beat Arsenal, listen, you thought I was shameless with the Liverpool thing, yeah? Wearing glasses for 2 weeks. Listen, I'm telling you now.
I thought we've all got to do something.
Oh, yeah.
I will get that. And as long as I get a production can approve it, I'm going to break it in front of Joe. Mash it up. Like, I want to get a hammer
Let's do it.
and put it into pieces in front of Joel's eyes.
You'll,
on the next
you'll
show.
have no issues with us.
Production, you
if
can
do
order
that.
another one, innit? It's like,
No
come on.
issues.
They've given me the thumbs up. I'm going to get a hammer and mash that trophy up in Joel's face. That's what I'm going to
I'm
do.
down.
We all got to do something.
Yeah, 100%. Oh, yeah. I mean, honestly, if they
If
win,
that happens,
yeah.
or even draw.
If I don't see Shameless Summers
Anton,
next
you,
week,
you have Flex. Tell him.
We got to end the show. Take care. Peace.
You have no idea.
you lot would just- you lot would-
Anton, how